All right, guys, so here's part 2 of how to invest. This is singles edition. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. The very first thing I look at is popular Pokemon. So there's a ton of them. You're not narrowed down to, like 4. Like Charizard, Pikachu, Mew, Mewtwo, all the evolutions, Greninja. You could keep going. There's a long list of popular Pokemon that this works with. Giratina, Ho-Oh, or Ho-Oh, Rayquaza. I mean, you could just keep going and going and going. There's a ton. So, popular Pokemon is clear-cut number 1. Obviously, you're not going to look for like reverse holos and stuff like that, but the top tier popular Pokemon are what you target, plain and simple. Number 2, we have iconic artworks. What are some of the iconic artworks? Well, simply just ask yourself, you think of Sun and Moon era, what do you think of? Well, I think of all the tag teams, but artwork wise, you think of the Lovebirds. What else? Gengar, Mimikyu, Wailord, Magikarp. And then honestly, just pick some tag teams, like there's the Darkrai promo, there's the Deoxys promo. There's so many different huge cards in Sun and Moon, and they're all tag teams. So then think of Sword and Shield iconic cards. What do you think of when you think of Sword and Shield? Moon Kitty, Lugia, Gengar, Chonkachu. Yeah, Chonkachu. I still think of Chonkachu. The Giratina. Like, these are the iconic cards from the generation, so it just makes sense. Now, Scarlet Violet. What do you think of with Scarlet and Violet? I think of Sun Kitty, basically all the evolutions in Prismatic. 151, I think of Charizard, Blastoise, Venusaur, their evolution lines, the Pikachu out of there, the Alakazam out of there. What else do I think of? I think of Bubble Mew. I think of the Paldean Charizard. I think of Magikarp. Like, these are just going to be your clear-cut number 1 cards. Most of Destined Rivals, honestly. The Moltres, Misty's Lapras, Misty Psyduck, the Mewtwo, just the iconic cards. The Greninja, the Pikachu from Surging Sparks. Like, these are the iconic cards of Scarlet and Violet. So they're just, I guess they're the most popular cards, you could say, but they're just the iconic artworks of Scarlet and Violet. So you can even say like the top 20 artworks, whatever you want to say, the top 20, those are the easiest ones to invest in. They're going to be the they're going to be the most liquid cards. They're going to be the most expensive cards, but they're the most liquid. So people at shows, they're going to want them. They're going to sell on TCG Player a lot. So high velocity sell through on TCG Player as well. Number 3, we have tough pull rates. Now, the hardest card to pull in Scarlet and Violet is going to be out of Prismatic, obviously. They have the worst pull rates. It's like 1 in like 1,500 cards to pull the Sun Kitty, and look at the Moon Kitty from Evolving Skies. The Umbreon from Evolving Skies is like 1 in 1,990 pets, so basically 1 in 2,000 packs. And because they're so hard to pull, they're the most expensive card from the generation. It just makes sense, There's how many packs you have to open to hit that card. And then you could also look at the cards underneath them. So the rest of the evolutions from both sets, really. The Dragonite and the Rayquaza from Evolving Skies, still super expensive cards. They all have really, really hard pull rates. Now, there are some outliers to this, and that would be, all of 151, essentially, because 151 had some really easy pull rates. It was like 1 out of 220 or 250 pull rates to pull the Charizard, basically any of the SIRs. It's like 1 out of 250 or something like that, or 220. So there are some outliers, but I also don't see the Charizard being, $1,000 raw like I do the Sunbreon. So little bit of an outlier, but it still works. So it would just be tough pull rates. If the cards are hard to pull, odds are it's going to be expensive. So my final tip for you guys is going to be technically two. It's going to be low pop report and low gem rate. So they kind of go hand in hand. So if you look at the Charizard from 151, the pop report is massive. You have 70,000 plus, but the gem rate's only 30%. So yeah, in tens you still have a crap ton, but the demand for that's high. So it's a little wonky. I mean, this is kind of falling out with modern cards, but it definitely works for vintage cards. So your vintage cards are all going to be super low pop. Not all, but most of them are going to be really low pop, and that's what helps them, catapult high. And we're just not getting that with modern cards, obviously, when cards have 30,000 pop report and PSA 10s. What does that Pikachu Van Gogh, what is the pop on that in a PSA 10? And what's the gem rate? I'm really curious on that. Let me know in the comments if anybody has that handy. Just drop that in the comments. Let me know. I'm really curious on that one. But the lowest pop is going to probably be the Magikarp, and I think it's only like 2,000 or 3,000. It's been a while since I've looked, so yeah, I think the Magikarp's the lowest pop, and that's a really, really low gem rate. What else has really, really low gem rates? Your Pokemon Center exclusive promos, and that's why the Charmander has like a $3,500 sale or something like that in a 10, because how many of them are out there and how many people want them? I know I collect the PSA 10s, and I still need 4 of them, and I'm still waiting for them to drop in price, and they're just not dropping to a favorable price yet. So just low pop reports and low gem rates, and they go hand in hand. So if you like this video, smash that subscribe button, drop a comment, hit that like button, and check out maxpacks.com for Japanese booster boxes and now Chinese booster boxes. Use code SINGLES69 for free shipping at checkout. See you guys on the next one.